Hey there kind people, it's me Eunbin. A few days ago I asked you guys to suggest me some content ideas that you want me to do. My teammates were submitted the idea to make a stand list. All this time I haven't done any stand list videos because I stand a lot of groups. I don't even know how many groups I stand myself, so I can't include all of them. Even if I try to make a short list, I will be confused about who to include and who to leave out. On top of that, I never seen any stand list videos. I am personally not interested in that topic. That's why I never thought of making one. As this topic don't interest me, I don't expect other people will watch mine. But the thing that I think will flop somehow do well, so why not let's make one. I have divided this video into 3 parts. First one, who are my alts right now, then some of my semi-ults who soon could be my alts, and lastly some of the groups that were my alts but not anymore for some reason. I will mostly ignore the disbanded groups, but there are some exceptions. You will see when we start. Starting with WJSN. They have been on my stand list since 2019, from the time when I first thought of making a stand list for myself. The reason I like them is that they are a full package. Their music is awesome, they had some top tier visual at some point, and even now Sola is there, and then there is Taeyang for comedy. But now they are not doing that great. This is consistent with my alts. None of them is in a good position. The last time they had group activities was after they won Kingdom Season 2. They didn't even have any OSTs in the meantime. However, some members are killing it with their solo work. Sola had her solo debut and Mona was in Pyramid Games, but as a group, where are they? Next up is T.O.P. It was 2020 when I started to listen to them. The main reason for liking them was they were doing something different from other 14 groups. They were unique and it goes with my taste. Although their latest comeback doesn't match this description, they were on peak time and they did well there. After that they had a comeback, it went well too. Then they made a repackaged album with a new song. The song was good but the music video was really low budget. They themselves later said what the hell with that music video. After that T.O.P left the group because of the drunk driving incident. I don't want to justify his action by saying he shouldn't have left, but he was the main vocal. It affected the group, at least in my opinion. Then they are back with their next comeback and like its name, it was a hell. But I have a huge expectation from their next comeback. It will be in this month. It's giving old DKB vibe. I'm so excited. It is probably out already, so check it out or check their old releases. I bet you will like them. Next up is Hwasa. They are doing slightly better than others. At first I didn't like them. Their debut song Hwasa and Purple weren't my favorites, but I did like I Don't Miss You. That was the only song I liked at that time. From the Catch the Star I started to like them. Danger was weird but it was cool, and the whole Joy album was a real gem. After that Roller Coaster, again it was the side of Hwasa I actually liked. That was when I included them in my alts, and of course if you are my alt, you can't have a great future. They were missing for 2 years. I thought they were done. The next thing we would hear would be the disbandment, but thankfully this year was good for them. First they came back with Flush. It had some weird dance move but the song was great. It was part of Hwasa that I liked. Then following their usual formula they came back with a mini album. The title track was Pom Pom Pom. I was expecting I wouldn't like it as it has a romp vibe, but surprisingly I like it more than Blood. So they are doing great for now. I hope they will hold this momentum. Next up is STEP. As I said, there will be some exception regarding disbandment. They are the first. They are usually connected with this channel. I used to rank monthly releases. That's how I know them, as I used to listen all the songs that came out that month. Louder was the first song I heard. At that time I didn't like this song, but it had something that I liked. At first I thought it was their debut as I never heard of them, but it turns out Do was their debut, and when I listened to it, I started to like them. Although their next comeback wasn't my favorite, I thought the next one would be good, and it was. From Beautiful Lie they became my alt. They remind me of BTS for some reason, and they reminds me the reason I started to like K-pop in the first place. But as they are a project group, they had to disband. There was also some legal issue with the company. I don't have too much info. However, Chungha said there is a hope for them to reunite again after their military service. I am waiting for that. There is also Jisung, who is part of NTX. Not sure if he will rejoin them or not. They are having a comeback soon, but he is not part of it. Either way, I'm interested in what their future will be. Next is NMIX. This one I just added. Before this video I used to have 4 alts. I never included NMIX until now. My channel is a journey with NMIX. At first I used to hate their music. I once said I like the members and I want to like the group, but their music is not letting me. I like the covers they did but not their own songs. But here we are now. I like all of their songs. As we are talking about my alts, I realized nowadays I'm more into soloists. That's why I thought I would name some of my favorite soloists. Limit, Bansongli, Yuha, B.I, Wolfor and 10cm. These 6 are my top solo artists. I listen to them a lot. They have some really cool and hidden gems. You might have heard 1 or 2 songs that Yuha produced, and her own songs are the best. 10cm, I'm sure you have at least heard 1 OST of his. Others are great as well. I would recommend you guys to check them out. I'm sure you guys will like it. Now we are in the second part of this video. I will mention some of my semi-ults who soon might be my ult. First, let's start with Signature. Their counterpart Iris was my ult at one point, but they never made their comeback, so I moved to Signature. The first time I heard about them was when a university invited them because they don't charge any money. After that, I thought let's look into their music, and for sure I like their music. That proves every publicity is a good publicity. One thing I like about their music is that they maintain their quality. What we see with new groups is that they make a great title track, but their B-sides are not listenable. But that's not true with Signature. Their title tracks are good, but their B-sides are much better. So next up, I will cover 2 groups at once, StayC and Kep1er. If you saw my video on my last year's most listened songs, you might remember they both were my top artists. I listen to them a lot. The reason behind that is they have a great discography. I love StayC's whole discography. Last year there were multiple songs from StayC in my top 50 most listened songs, and I bet this year there will be more than that. You make me kitty all day, kitty all night. And I watch Girls' Parents, so I have a connection with Kep1er members. I was sad that this year they will disband, but thankfully they didn't. I will have more great songs from them, but of course without Yeso and Mashiro. Next up is IVE. I'm sure many people might expect them in my alts. With IVE, I have a record. I like every single song from IVE, including all the B-sides and All Night. I know many people didn't like it, but that record kind of broke after their latest commercial song with Pepsi. It was really bad, especially the rap part. I wish I never watched it, but yeah, I still love them, and they might soon be my alt. Next is a group that was at one point in my alt, Everglow. They were my alt until Pirate, then they took a long hiatus, so I kinda stopped listening to their music. Then when they finally came back with Slay, I liked it, but I wasn't sure. However, Zombie changed everything. I could feel old Everglow with Zombie. Next up is a new group. I even tweeted about them after their debut, Islet. As I saw IU next, I already had a connection with them. Although not seeing Jiu and Jimin still hurts me. Every time I see Islet, it reminds me Jiu and Jimin could be there. And when Youngso left, I thought that was it for me. I would never like this group. But of course their music changed everything. I am also a big Wani supporter, and the concept they are doing is made for her. They are not my alt because I'm afraid they might change the concept in their first comeback. So I'm waiting for their first comeback and hoping it will have the same style as their debut. We are now in the part of this video where I will talk about some of my ex-ults. They were my ults at one point, but for some reason, they are not anymore. First is Winner. I used to like them because they were really unique. Their music doesn't feel like K-pop, but now they are mostly inactive. Some of the members are doing solo work, but as a group, I'm not sure when they will be back. Fun fact, they were also in my first stanlist that I did in 2019, and their last comeback was in the same bed as WJSN. A similar reason is why iKon is not my alt anymore. After B.I left, their music changed a lot. Although I like some of their recent comebacks, I thought iKon is back. But now, they will go to the military one by one. So they will be inactive for a while. But I will be waiting. I talked about ISS case already. When they debuted, I loved them a lot, but they never came back. Will they ever make any new music? Who knows? I can see the Red Square thing happening again. I just hope whatever happens, they just stay together. I have a similar reason for Rocking Doll. They were doing good, their company was really putting effort into them succeeding. Their last comeback was fully in English, full album was in English. At first I didn't like it that much, but it has grown on me. However, because of all the hiatus and health reasons, they are inactive for a long time. Although some members have solo work, mostly raw actually, I like them too, but as a group, their future is really uncertain.
You want some sweet juice? You wanna pop it, 조금씩 drippin'.
Next up is Purple Kiss. This one is simple. I used to like the concept a lot, but now they kinda sideline the thing I love them for. It's not like I don't like Seven Heaven or BBP, but I miss the old dark messed up thing. Next up is Cherry Bullet. I tried to listen to them from Aloha Way. They had always been in my semi-alt. After all the server shows, I love them a lot. I was about to put them in my alt, but now they disbanded. They didn't even have a comeback after Queen of Purple. I will miss them a lot. They actually deserve a better company. The last one is Itzy. I always had a special connection with Itzy. They were the first group that I was following from the pre-debut, so I saw them grow until on a way they made pop after pop. I didn't like Mafia in the morning at first, but I like it now. Loco was another pop. After that, their music became not my cup of tea. Some of them I didn't like at first, but after some time I do like them. For example, Cake and Cheshire. But with Untouchable and Born to Be, I thought this was the time. They would be my alt again. But their fandom, I never had a good interaction with Mrs. I like Itzy a lot, so I thought the first time I would review a full album, it would be there. But the amount of brainless hate I got in that video, man. I only didn't like 3 of the songs from the album, but some brainless people came after me just saying the thumbnail, where in the video I said many people are saying it is a copy of aespa, but I don't agree. The misses I encountered don't understand the concept of personal opinion. They are really brain dead. The only criticism I gave was for those who made the song, but for some reason they think I'm giving hate to the members. I mean, why would I? What did they do that I will hate them for? However, because of these brain dead people, whenever I see Itzy, it reminds me of them, so I couldn't like them afterward. But my bias Leah is back, so who knows, I might start to like them again. Well, that's all for now. I'm sorry if it was boring. I don't know how other channels make their stanlist videos, as I never seen any. I thought this way it would be more fun. There are a lot of groups I stand who are not part of this video, like Formis 9, Twice, Mamamoo, 6 Cavity and many more. I'm sure even if I try to name them, I will forget 1 or 2, but they all will be in my semi-alt list. 6 and Cavity might soon become my alt, so if I ever make another stand list, you might see them there. Anyway, you can also share your stand list. You can also recommend me some new groups, mostly groups that no one knows about. You will find a form in the pinned comment for that. You can suggest me there. As you are watching this far, I hope you won't mind subscribing. That would help a lot. And watch this video next, as YouTube thinks you will like it. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, have an awesome life.